Meditate, manifest, invest in you. Join me on my spiritual journey as I elevate myself and like-minded listeners to a higher level mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for listening. This is Black Hippie Lounge, and I am your host, Chanel. So, good afternoon. I did not record an episode last Sunday, so I actually am gonna record two so that I can catch up. And it's two different, well, I don't want to say different, but there's two topics that I wanted to talk about anyway. So I think it will be good for me to catch up and then also give two different I don't want to say lessons, but two different perspectives or something you want to call it, that I got from this book, the same book that I was reading before, Thriving as an Empath. Two different messages that resonated with me, not just for life, but just like what's going on for me right now. Currently in a transition stage again, of similar to what I talked about like in my very first episode, of feeling like I was going through a transition in life, kind of like getting the next phase, I guess, of what my life is gonna be, or some things that are gonna change or something like that. So currently right now, going through that too. Anyway, what I'm gonna talk about for this episode is shifting gears. So I'm gonna read the excerpt and then I'm gonna talk about it. So the excerpt says, "What's exciting and maybe a bit unsettling about life is that everything is constantly changing. Our lives, our bodies, our emotions, the seasons. So in these final weeks of summer, we enter a transition phase. For many, the coming of autumn signals back to work and school, as well as a reviving up of one's pace and busyness. You shift gears from a more open-ended focus of light-filled summer days to concentrating on work, achievements, and aspirations. Meditate on the gifts that summer gave you and the promise of fall. Be mindful of the ongoing movement of time and the earth's shifting mood and colors. The days are beginning to grow shorter as the Earth's axis increasingly tips farther away from the sun. Evaluate your growth so far this year and welcome changes that are yet to come. Hold great hope for the next chapter of your empath journey." Shifting gears. We are ending summer, entering fall. The leaves, the weather is changing. It's bringing about change into lives. Definitely brought some change into my life and shifted some gears as far as my plans of what I was going to be doing for the rest of this year. So I'm currently having a setback that obviously I know I can come back from, but it's just being able to shift gears and adjust to the setback and not let it keep me stalled in this stage, and to just, shift gears and figure out another way to deal with things. So I like that it says about life is constantly changing, because it's true. Life is constantly changing, and we as adults need to learn how to shift gears and adjust to it. You can't get thrown off too bad from it, and you got to learn how to just make it do what it do. To be honest, you can, from my personal experience, like I said, had a setback with school, so I tried to go through pretty much every avenue that I could figure out to try to figure out a way to not even say fix the problem, but to help myself with what I was dealing with as far as school, and it just wasn't coming through. So I took it as like, you know what, I need to step back and shift gears and take the break and use it to readjust of what I'm doing, I guess. And um, I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason. So I think that this is all going this way before, for some reason that hasn't been revealed yet. So it's really just me being able to shift gears and allow the universe to show me what it is that needs to be changed. So the idea that life is constantly changing and being able to change with it is definitely an important skill to have as an adult. Throughout life, you're going to make plans and they're not always going to go as you want. And you have to be able to have the mindset to not necessarily take it personal, but just look at it as, okay, well, if plan A doesn't work, then you got to be able to go to plan B, C, etc. Just keep changing your plan as long as you get to your goal. So, I like that the part when it says meditate on the gifts that summer gave you and the promise of fall. Um, I've been practicing meditation more as of lately, and just looking forward to, I don't know if I would say the promise of fall, but the promise of what all these changes will bring, and why my plan isn't necessarily going through right now, and why this shift is occurring, I guess. Um, so also it says evaluate your growth so far this year and welcome changes that are yet to come. So I definitely like that one, because we sometimes we keep going, and we make ourselves busy and try to overdo all these things that we feel we need to do, especially with 2020, with everything not going as planned at all for a lot of people, and feeling like we have to constantly figure out some type of way to try to get, I don't know, I'm saying get back to what you planned, but to try to stick to your original plan, I guess. And we are being forced to welcome change that has already happened or is yet to come. So, just being able to shift gears, adjust to the changes in your life, and to appreciate them, because I look at it as, when things don't go your way all the time, maybe that's just God's protection from something that maybe you thought was good for you, and the road ahead that you can't even see might have brought some type of damage or negativity. So, being able to be thankful that your plans are crushed by God, because, more than likely you're being protected by something, from something that could have potentially harmed you permanently or brought about some really negativity to you. So, yeah, I just want people to be able to adjust and shift gears. And when I say people, I mean myself too, because I have a hard time with that. Like I said, with the whole school thing, it really threw me off. And at first I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then I was like, oh man, kind of down about it, because I wanted to finish as soon as possible. And then I had to think about, like, I had to talk to a friend who helped me, get through, to think, not even get through, but to take a step back and think about what is happening right now. And sometimes, like, I'm so focused on the thing that didn't go right, but not really remembering all the other things that are going well for me, the things that I still have that a lot of people don't have right now, a lot of the blessings that I do have, and the fact that I know that I'll be able to finish and to go back next semester and just continue on with my dream. So, being able to step back and shift gears and realize where you are in life, why this shift is happening, and what you need to do to adjust to it is very important, and definitely something that I'm doing learning to do. I'm not going to say I'm doing it because I'm still learning how to do it, but I'm doing that, learning how to do that now. And it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of self work, a lot of self talk, a lot of self love, a lot of not like beating yourself up if you know you're not able to accomplish something at a time when you think you're supposed to be doing that. As long as you get the job done, that's more important. So, definitely encouraging people to just be mindful of the shifts that are occurring right now and to adjust with it and to obviously still keep your goals intact and you will achieve them. It's just learning to adjust to the changes that are going on right now. Um, I know that, when I speak of changes in schools, like kids right now going back to school, but not really going back to school, and parents needing to adjust to that, and just everyone really adjusting to it, how things are with work and stuff. So, everyone, just I think that sometimes we have to just realize that you're not the only person who's going through something, and you're not the only person who's dealing with these with setbacks or changes in your normal routine or your plan for your life. That everyone this year is pretty much going through that. So, knowing how to handle that, not only for yourself, but being like that support system for other people, it really can make a difference, not only for them, but for you too. Because you can just, it's a way to like brainstorm of what you're going through and bouncing ideas off of people who might have some other resolutions for you. So really what I was trying to push with this episode is like learning how to shift gears and to allow yourself to shift gears and to embrace the uncertainty, embrace the change, embrace the ability to, I wouldn't even say start all over, but to change directions, because maybe the direction that you were going in was good, but you have to change directions, but you might end up on an even better path than what you even could imagine for yourself. So just being able to adjust and not stay stagnant when things go wrong, um, because that's very important because you're just wasting time in that sense because um, it's not gonna change what's happening. Like you staying stagnant is not gonna make the change reverse. It's still gonna be there. So the quicker that you're able to say, okay, well, you know, that was my plan, but clearly this is not working. So all right, what do I got to do now? Shift gears. Okay, plan B, this and that, so just being able to just adjust quickly, brush it off, get that dirt off your shoulder, and dust yourself off and try again, really. And keep going. As long as you keep going, that's the important part. So in this excerpt too, I really like this book too. It's called, the excerpt is like, set your intention. I accept that the only constant in life is change. I will be mindful of transitional times of the year and shift gears from one season to another with awareness and ease. So I really like that because it's saying to be able to shift with awareness and ease. That's not always easy. I know for me, it's not always easy because I can be aware, but I won't have the ease aspect of it. I will go into panic mode, get my anxiety all up, and just like end up being all flustered and potentially just mess myself up even more than what I quote unquote think is messed up. So just being able to approach new seasons and changes in shifting of gears with ease is definitely something that I'm learning to do. I encourage people to do if you're not able to do so yourself, because we're all human and you have to just take things one at a time. There's real like some things are just out of your control. No matter how much you try to create a plan for yourself or what you think things will be, things are going to happen the way they're going to happen. You can only play so much of a role in these things. You have to be able to let things be and let the universe take control too. or it will just force it upon itself on you. So yeah, for that intention, accepting that things constantly change in life, that's definitely a lesson that I've learned as of recently in these years, and something that a lot of people might still need to learn. That change is constant, change is inevitable, and we have to just be able to go with the flow. And even the term go with the flow, I cringe at that because I don't like necessarily going with the flow in all aspects of life, because there's a difference. This, you can go with the flow, but sometimes that going with the flow too much, you're just going to be flowing forever. You don't want to be floating around. You still want to have a destination. So just being able to balance going with the flow and still having a plan is important, and uh, can play a role in your success. So what I would suggest is being able to have a balance of both, and using it to your best advantage. And I really would suggest right now that people take advantage of this time, of these changes, and make it work for you. If your job situation has not been great, or whatever you normally were doing has shifted, then take that time to work on you, whether it be opening a business or whatever, just doing something that maybe you weren't doing before, because you felt you had to do work or school or some other type of more important thing, and maybe now you have a little bit free time. Take advantage of that and make it work for you, whether it be just taking time to relax, or taking time to work on that business that you always wanted to do, or take that class that you always wanted to take, or whatever. Just do something that you want to do for you, as opposed to what you feel like you have to do to survive. Or I hope I'm making sense, but I'm just saying, like, do the things that are necessary in life, obviously, but take this time to also shift gears and allow yourself to do something fun for yourself, or just do something that you always wanted that maybe you didn't get a chance to do because you've always been focused on go, 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 doing work, paying bills and stuff like that. So taking this time to be able to, like, do something for yourself, and that could potentially help you out in the long run. Like I said, a business or something like that. Because even right now, like, I will be working on more of my the business aspect of the podcast, and trying to see what I can do with that, because I know I was kind of honestly using school as an excuse to not really look at it as a job, but more so like as a side little hobby. But now I'll have more time to potentially grow it. So just being able to shift gears, and I would be focused on school and like creating a plan for what I had to do for that semester, and now I can shift gears and try to think about how I can grow my business, and what networking I need to do, what work I need to do for that to be able to do so. So shifting gears, and being able to make things work for you. I guess that's my main point for this episode, is to just encourage people to make life work for you, and make, when things change, adjust to the change in the best of your ability. Ask for help if you need to, but allow things to change as they are, and to have faith that when things don't go your way, it's usually for a reason. Now, also what I can say is that, like, right now, do I know the reason for all these setbacks? No, I don't. Is it driving me crazy? Yes, it is. But at the same time, I have to shift my mindset and not say that it's making me crazy. It's making me more calm, I guess, and try to adjust my mindset to see what what this can mean for me. Maybe there is something, I feel like there is something that's about to come out of all of this that I don't know yet, that there's a reason why things shifted this semester for me, and I just don't know it yet. But it's like on the tip of the iceberg, it's about to come about to me. So I'm just being patient and waiting to see what the reasoning for all of this is for. And that's another thing, is learning how to have patience. That is definitely something that I do not have, but I am really trying to work on this year, um, especially this year, um, because it's definitely important to have some when it comes to different things in life. And, you know, you have to have patience because, like I said, when you're shifting gears and things aren't going your way, you just have to be patient with yourself, be patient with others, be patient with your plans, and patient with the universe to allow things to shift naturally as they should. So, um, that's that really. I really just wanted to say, like, um, that I hope people are allowing themselves to shift gears, be patient with yourself, be patient with others, be patient with how things are going in your life, be patient with your plan for life, because it will change throughout your life. Just make sure you get to the goal. That's really the end that I want to say. Make sure you still get to your goal. Don't let a setback throw you off to go into doom and gloom, thinking that things will never be how you want, because it's easy to get into that mindset when you constantly try to make a change, or you constantly try to do better for yourself, or you constantly feeling like you're putting in the work and you're not getting the results at the time that you think you should, or you're getting results that you don't think you deserve. Then it's easy to fall into that rabbit hole of like, okay, well, maybe this is never going to be for me, or anything like that. And that's definitely not the case. I feel that if you have these desires in your heart and on your mind, that they're there for a reason. It's going to take time to get there. So, not to sound like a Disney movie or anything, but like, never give up. Don't give up on yourself, and just keep trying and adjust to the change and make it work for you. That's really the main message that I would say, is just make things work for you. And make sure you're getting the most out of the experience that is occurring. Adjust to the change, embrace the change, because it could bring about something that you never even imagined that you wanted for yourself or could get. So shift your gears and allow yourself to still adjust with awareness and ease. We're about to enter, like I said, we're entering fall. Weather's going to be changing. Things are going to be changing as far as everyday life. It will never, quote unquote, be the same again. It's just we are in this transition stage of adjusting to the change in times and the season. It's a new season. Fall is like a season of things literally falling, like leaves falling and stuff, and the weather changes, your environment changes. So we as people need to adjust to it. And definitely, I would say I like what it says about meditating on the gifts that summer gave you, because you can still reflect on I know my summer, even though our summer wasn't exactly what we wanted it to be, we had a lot of things that you weren't allowed to, quote unquote, do. But for me, I still had a great summer. I was still able to do a lot of fun things with friends and family, and meet people. So just being able to meditate on that and be thankful that you had a summer, be thankful that you were safe and still healthy, and that you weren't, it could have been much worse. So just being able to be thankful for that, and to shift gears into the fall and embrace the changes that are to come, because there are going to be some changes that are coming. I can feel it. So I'm excited for them. Even though before I was a little anxious about it, but I'm excited for the change, because change usually can bring good things. I feel like it's going to be good changes that are going to occur. So it's really my piece, just making sure that we adjust to the times and embrace them with positivity. Um, as long as you meditate and pray and stay focused on the positives, bring out, give out positive energy to receive it back, things will be okay. And so, really, would just say, just continue to meditate, manifest, invest in you, take one day at a time, embrace the change, embrace the fall, and let's just, see how things go. Um, Go with the flow, I would say, but still make sure you keep your goals intact for yourselves. So I hope everybody has a great week and a great fall season. And I know school is about to start too, so hopefully a great start to the school season as well. Um, so thank you for listening and take care.